Now for Gemini, so you are having a really busy year of 2021, and this is going to be a year of learning about yourself, self-growth, and also relationships. We have the eclipses going on in Gemini and Sagittarius, so you will have a lot of activity within your relationships and marriage partnerships possibly. We also have the Saturn-Uranus square from your 12th house to your 9th house, so there could be some decisions that you have to make about higher education or travel that can potentially cause some tension for you this year. My name is Desiree with theastrologyaddiction.com, and thank you guys so much for watching. Today's video is for Gemini rising specifically, but if you don't know your rising sign, you can listen for your sun or your moon sign. Now stay tuned till the end of the video, and I will put up the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction, the Great Conjunction that's actually happening today, December 21st, and this is in your 9th house of foreign travel and higher education. So I'll leave that video at the end and then also in the description box. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you're interested in booking a reading with me, my link is also in the description box. Now there is a continued theme for you. The North Node is still in your 1st house, Gemini, and that's where these eclipses are starting to happen between your 1st house and your 7th house of marriage and relationship partnerships. So you have been learning a lot about yourself already for 2020 and growing, having a lot of self-realizations and seeing things maybe more clearly about yourself and how others see you. Also probably having a lot of romantic activity and new insight into your interpersonal relationships, marriage partnerships, and love life. So for January 2021, we do still have Venus in Sagittarius, and that will be again in your 7th house, which definitely brings you a lot of optimism and hope, positivity, and potentially new romances into your life. So you could be kind of starting a new year, new romance, and maybe that being something that is a high focus for you, just connectivity within your relationships. Mars will be finally leaving Aries, which is your 11th house of friends and networking. That could have been something that was a little bit frustrating for you this year. You could have had some fights with friends, social groups, or networking that things, didn't go as planned. So that should start to lighten up for you around January 7th. When Mars enters Taurus, which is your 12th house. Now Uranus will be squaring Jupiter on January 17th, again from your 11th house to your 9th house. So there could be something around higher education, foreign travel, or friendships that's really stirring up right now and maybe causing you some tension, turmoil, and just unexpected things that you really thought would probably be not an issue are just bubbling up right now, in that beginning of the year, January timeframe. Mercury also is going retrograde in Aquarius, January 30th, which is again that 9th house. So I wouldn't plan any foreign, trips to faraway places or really secure down your higher education plans until Mercury goes direct, which is February 20th. So after that time, you should have some more clarity around those types of things and maybe not dig your feet into a contract or agreement, around your education or travel plans right away this year. Venus is entering Pisces on February 18th. So the Sun enters Pisces February 18th, and then Venus enters Pisces February 25th. So that's great for your career. You should be having some more positive things going on this year for you in your career. Maybe a new bonus or job opportunity is coming around that time, the end of February, or just some new positive people even that you work with, coworkers or a job opportunity. On the 27th, there is a full moon in Virgo, which is your 4th house of home life. So you can make some choices or be really working on finalizing some projects around the house, maybe some remodeling jobs or just, little things that you've been working on at home. Even within your family, there can be some realizations that you come to around this time about your family lineage or your relationships to home. Now on March 3rd, Mars does enter Gemini, which is your 1st house. This can possibly feel a little bit tense for you, maybe in regards to your self-image or your relationships, maybe a fight going on between you and a partner. But overall, I think it'll give you a boost of energy even, and maybe more of a directed focus towards your goals and what you want to achieve. Mercury moves into Pisces on March 15th, so you can have some new messages from work that maybe become a little bit more clear for you. While in Pisces, Mercury is not very clear and Neptune is there as well. For you individually, you can possibly kind of have some things coming up around work that you're learning about, just, new messages. Mercury is the messenger. So in your 10th house, it will bring up maybe new projects or just more activity in that area. Now at the end of April, we have a lot of planets conjoining in your 12th house of unconscious things and hidden enemies. So there could be some activity going on for you around your unconscious. Maybe you're healing from some things, or you are learning about some unconscious feelings that you've had and maybe starting to work through those. I could see you like going to a counselor at that time and uncovering some, issues that you have that help you to move forward in the material world in a new way. Again, because that Uranus and Saturn square is becoming, more strong as well from your 12th house to your 11th house. Mercury moves into Gemini May 3rd, so you can have more physical activity going on. Maybe you're getting more clear and optimistic about a routine that you're setting for yourself and kind of getting on track maybe with your health, or even just learning some new information about your physical body that you need to kind of attend to. Venus enters Gemini May 8th, so this could be a good time for you to do a new beauty routine, maybe change something with your hair or your makeup or go shopping. You're just probably feeling more confident and ready to kind of look the part in some way. A good transit for you this year is going to be May 13th, where Jupiter enters Pisces. So this is a great time for you to really dive into your career, and you're going to be able to be seen in a new and more optimistic light. So whether that's job hunting or asking for the promotion, asking for the raise, it would be a great time to take advantage of Jupiter on your midheaven in the 10th house while it's in Pisces, because that's a great place for Jupiter to be and can bring in a lot of gifts and blessings to your career and your public image. Sun enters Gemini on May 20th, and I think this is going to be a time that there's a lot of heightened travel around the world and, a lot more movement and activity going on. Although Mercury does go retrograde on May 29th in Gemini, it may be like you were going and going and going and like running really hard, chasing your goals and chasing your dreams, and there's kind of a roadblock, something you have to go back and reevaluate what you've worked on thus far. Mercury in Gemini retrograde, you could have just maybe missed some things that you have to go back and double check. So I would try to stay away from, signing any contracts during that Mercury retrograde in Gemini from May 29th to June 22nd. Now, June 10th, we have the solar eclipse conjunct the North Node in Gemini, which is a bit unpleasant because we're also having Mars opposite Pluto from Cancer to Capricorn. And that is from your 2nd house to your 8th house. So you can maybe have some financial things starting to cause you some problems or tension. And I think this solar eclipse really hides those issues. So it might be some unpleasant things that you're not able to really see clearly. And with Mercury still retrograde, there's just some messages and things being missed that, I wouldn't want to do too much or really schedule too many things around that solar eclipse, June 10th, just to be more cautious, because that is your 1st house of your physical body. You don't want to overextend yourself at this time. Now, Venus goes into Virgo on July 21st, which is your 4th house. So again, some great opportunities around your home will start to come around that time. I think it's a good time for you to maybe look at if you're moving or planning a move, planning to buy a home, planning on doing some renovation or, decorating around the home the end of July. While Venus is in Virgo, it's a good time to take advantage of that, because Venus will also come to that trine to Uranus to your 12th house. So maybe there's these unconscious things that you're starting to heal around that time. If you did go and, start working with a counselor or working on some of your unconscious fears, this will bring in some healing to that. Now, September 6th, we have a new moon in Virgo. So it's a new project or something new that you're starting around your home, maybe something to do with your family life or even healing around your lineage in some way. On September 20th, we have a full moon in Pisces, and this should affect your career. So anything that you've been working on in your public, it should come to fruition around that time and maybe get some recognition that you deserve, that you've been working on in some way or another. Now, Mercury retrograde starts again on September 27th in Libra, which is your 5th house. So creativity can kind of be a area that comes up, or romance even, maybe a new romance that you've started. There's some things that you need to go back and reevaluate once Mercury goes retrograde in that house. Maybe someone that you were dating or involved with, you thought they were being more truthful, and when Mercury goes retrograde, there can be some deception or issues that come up that you're learning about, or that you have to revisit something that you thought you kind of had peace with. So the end of October, the Sun and Mars enter Scorpio, which is your 6th house. And November might be a bit challenging for you just because The 6th house is kind of evil things, bad things, things that are out of your control. So you might just have some challenges that come up, maybe within your health or your routines in some way, because Mars is applying to that square with Saturn in Aquarius in your 9th house. So possibly some issues and decisions around travel or higher education that you've been trying to make are still a bit tense and can cause you some problems. You could even have problems with like employees or subordinates around this time that really affect your travel plans in some way or affect something that you're working on. Now on December 4th, we have the solar eclipse with the South Node. Now this is in your 7th house of relationships, so there might be a big explosion around your relationships at this time. With the South Node there, it kind of brings in a level of release, so maybe a breakup or a opportunity for something to be kind of hidden and swept under the rug. Solar eclipses can tend to hide things, you're not able to see as clear as you normally would. And with Mars entering Sagittarius on December 13th, this can further bring in that tension, aggression, and maybe fights within your love life and marriage partnerships. December 18th, there's a full moon in Gemini, so you might feel like you're coming to a self-realization or maybe just learning about yourself through relationships. That can be a big theme for 2021. Really emotionally growing through this year. But I think by the end of the year, there's going to be a lot more hope and optimism. December 28th, Jupiter goes into Pisces for good after its retrograde period, back to Aquarius. So that enters your 10th house of career. So you can have a lot of gifts, bonuses, recognition, and opportunities coming to you as far as your career goes. So I think 2021 overall is going to be a year of self-growth, new opportunities in career, and maybe letting go of relationships that don't serve you anymore. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading of Gemini for 2021. Now on the screen, I'll put the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius, the Great Conjunction, and please watch that video to see how it's going to be affecting the collective. And this will be in your 9th house of foreign travel and higher education. So if you're interested in booking a reading with me, my link is in the description box. And thanks again for watching. Have a good day. Bye.